Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast, brought to you by DirecTV, 1-800-259-7646. Also brought to you by RVRealtor.com. If you're buying an RV or selling an RV, check out RVRealtor.com and the Dollar Shave Club. Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I am super duper, and yourself?
I'm good. You know, always excited on Tuesdays because we reach out and talk to your papa, and that's always fun.
Tuesdays with Charlie.
Yeah, we got that coming your way here before you know it. And right now, I was going to share, in addition to Tuesdays with Charlie today, we get a lot of other fun stuff to share as well. Like this. A retired British priest has written a book called The 100-Minute Bible. It teaches you, and I quote, all the really essential parts of the Bible in just over an hour and a half.
Well.
So.
I have been noticing that a lot of it is repetitive. Like it says it over and over and over again. So if you only need to learn it once, maybe that would work. Maybe we should check into that. So
it's called the 100-Minute Bible. So get everything that you want and, enjoy it all in 100 minutes.
Well, that's super.
It's a speed reading the Bible. Interesting. Coming up here in a bit, we're going to find out what fascinating things are happening on today's program, and on today's date, I should say. We got fascinating things on the program, too. That's all on the way.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. Get razors for $1 a month, plus a few bucks shipping, so you can enjoy fresh razors every month for as little as $3. Learn more at dollarshaveclub.com/radio.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Today is Tuesday, February the 23rd, and that means today is Curling is Cool Day. I've seen curling on TV where they sweep the ice and push the thing. I don't think it's cool. I don't get it.
I thought we were talking about doing hair.
Oh, that maybe is a thing, too. To curl your hair today, curl on the ice, whatever it is. Hey, it's also Diesel Engine Day today. You know the difference between a diesel engine and a regular engine?
What kind of gas?
Yeah, you use diesel gas on the one.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other differences, too. Also, today is Iwo Jima Day, so your flag should be raised properly for that. And it is National Dog Biscuit Day today as well. So your dogs should be treated properly for that. Do we have any biscuits to give to our dogs?
We do. You don't like them, but we do.
Oh, those gigantic things?
Yeah.
Yeah, our dogs are tiny little dogs. These biscuits are bigger than their head.
No, they're not.
Oh, they're gigantic. And then they just get crumbs all over the place. Anyway, get out and celebrate one way or another on this Tuesday, the 23rd day of February.
This portion of the program is brought to you by RVRealtor.com. If you want to buy or sell an RV, go to RVRealtor.com. List your RV for free. Learn more at RVRealtor.com.
You know it's true because you heard it on the radio. I got a bunch of college pranks from K-State. These are, according to them, the greatest college pranks ever, ever, ever. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
The first one is Louisiana Tech University. Students programmed the campus clock tower to play dueling banjos.
Oh, that's funny.
Harvard University in 1933, the staff of the school's comedy magazine stole the sacred cod, a pine fish that hangs above the Massachusetts House of Representatives. That was in 1933. 1993, Ohio State University students sent out a press release for a new charity known as Arm the Homeless. They would provide homeless people with guns for protection. Again, this is a list of the greatest college pranks ever, according to K-State. MIT students started an internet hoax that claimed one could grow a bonsai kitten in a container. Wasn't true. Cornell University in the 1980s, students invited numerous politicians to pay homage to Hugo N. Fry, founder of New York's Republican Party, and most of them wrote back despite Fry being a fictitious character, so it wasn't even a real person. They're like, well, thank you. We'd love to pay homage to this very important character that doesn't exist. Caltech from 1975, a student used his computer to print out 1 million pre-filled entry forms for a McDonald's contest that one could enter as often as you wish. They changed the rules after that. But it was a Caltech student that won a bunch of prizes because he printed 1 million pre-filled forms. And Sydney University, 1956, during the Olympics, a student posed as the Olympic flame runner and ran through the streets with a torch of burning underwear.
Oh, funny.
He wasn't the real one. That was in 1956. University of Wisconsin-Madison, in 1979, the student body presidents promised to buy the Statue of Liberty and bring it to Wisconsin. The replica lasted 3 weeks before it was burned down. MIT at 2005, the students turned an entire building into a life-size first level of Super Mario Brothers that you could actually play. That sounds cool.
That does sound cool. That sounds like fun.
And the last on our list of the best college pranks ever, Caltech in 1961. During the Rose Bowl, the students switched the Washington Huskies cheerleaders' direct flip cards to show goofy versions of their mascot. The word Husky spelled backwards was Caltech. So they changed out the cards, so when they put up the thing that said Huskies, it said Caltech, and if they held it up the other way, it was goofy pictures of their mascot. So again, this is the list, according to K-State, of the greatest college pranks ever, ever, ever.
The John and Heidi Show is brought to you in part by the Keystone Treatment Center.
This is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs. We share silly stories here on the program, but addiction is no joke. If you or someone you know suffers with an addiction to drugs or alcohol, make today the day you seek help.
Call toll-free 844-204-1055.
That's a toll-free number. Again?
844-204-1055.
And this is your brain on drugs. Sometimes you're so desperate for a drink, you could just hold somebody at gunpoint to get one, right?
No.
No? Doesn't happen to you? Well, a robber in Hamburg, Germany, told a store clerk he was having a bad day. Then he pulled out a .44 caliber pistol and made a demand. He said, "I need a can of beer." The man was arrested 1 block from the store.
Wow.
In his hand, still cold but now empty, can of beer. When asked, why would you commit such a terrible armed robbery and only steal 1 can of beer, the man said, well, since I had a gun, I only had 1 free hand. So that's why I only took 1. He didn't want more than 1. Interesting. It's never a good idea.
Now it's been a real bad day.
Yeah, it's never a good idea to rob anybody ever. But especially not for what? What does a can of beer cost these days? Couple bucks?
Yeah.
5 maybe? I haven't bought a can of beer lately. But so he's going to go to jail for that?
Yeah, I guess
Bad
so.
idea. That's what kind of things you do when your brain is on drugs.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Keystone Treatment Center. Addiction is no laughing matter. Call Keystone Treatment Center toll-free at 1-844-204-1055.
14-year-old Caitlin Campbell couldn't spell collyrium, and I can't say it.
I can't either.
But that helped lose a recent national spelling bee. However, she was good enough to place 8th, and that was good enough for somebody in her area to put up a congratulatory billboard honoring her for the being so awesome in the hometown of Amarillo, Texas. Guess what?
They misspelled it?
Too bad. They're well-intentioned son of a gun. They spelled it wrong. Congratulations, Caitlin Campbell, for making Amarillo proud. Unfortunately, they botched the last name, spelling Campbell without the P. Lamar Outdoor Advertising, which donated the space, said they plan to replace the downtown sign with the correct spelling. By the way, because it is known, we know it's killing you, collyrium, whatever it is, it's a kind of eye lotion. So, because I know you were wondering, what does that word
Sure, I
mean?
was.
I think it's funny that she misspelled a word and didn't win, and they misspelled the billboard congratulating her.
That is funny.
It's kind of fitting, honestly. And, she should say, just leave it up. I think that's kind of cool. All right, we've got your scoop of the day on the way.
The Scoop of the Day is brought to you by Wells Blue Bunny. If you want delicious ice cream, be sure to look for the Blue Bunny. Sure to have your favorite flavors. Learn more at bluebunny.com.
Now, your scoop of the day. Would you sign up for a voyage on the Titanic, Heidi?
Sure.
We talked about this. There's a Titanic 2 coming out. I've got an update now. USA Today says, despite delays, Australian billionaire Clive Palmer is promising the Titanic 2 will set sail in 2018. Didn't our last story say 2017?
But I would go on it. I would.
I don't want to go on the maiden
I'd bring
voyage.
along my own rubber raft.
Plans to create a replica of the Titanic, which sank in the Atlantic Ocean in April of 1912, were first announced in 2012. There were setback after setback after setback. The ship's production, there were people that were questioning whether the nod to the ill-fated unsinkable ship will ever come to fruition. Plans for the ship, they say it's going to be able to carry over 2,000 passengers, and it will be equipped with Turkish baths, swimming pools, and exercise rooms, and they're going to have life rafts for everybody. So they're going to have enough just in case something does happen.
I'm still not going to trust that. I'll bring my own raft.
Own?
But I would go on that. I think that would be a blast to be able to say you were on the maiden voyage of the new Titanic.
Don't even think I'm coming with you on the maiden voyage.
I think
maybe
so.
Third or fourth trip. Maybe.
No, it'll be fun.
No. University of Chicago Center on Aging studied people who lived to be 100 years old. They made their list of the most common traits to help others who want to live a long time. You know what you need to do? If you want to live to be 100?
What's that?
Be trim, but not too thin. Have at least 4 children or more by the time you're 30.
Whoa.
And you should be a farmer.
Ah.
Those give you the best odds of living to be at least 100. So if
You
you
know,
got
I don't know that I even want to live to be 100. So I'm good.
Okay. In the United States, the Northeast found itself in a not-so-warm embrace of teeth-chattering, record-shattering Valentine's Day cold. Throughout the Northeast, cities saw record-low temps a few weeks ago. New York, Boston, Providence, Rhode Island, all of those different places. They said the temperatures fell to a -1. Why in the world are we getting this now? I thought maybe there was a story coming from that. Maybe the story is this. We talked about this the other day. When they have big cold spells like that, people tend to not go out. You know what they tend to do instead?
Stay inside and be naughty.
Stay inside and snuggle, and hey, there's going to be a baby boom in 9 months in all of those places. A blind man was among the first to test out Google's driverless car. Steve Mann, a man who is blind, had a chance to sit in the driver's seat, and then he and a licensed driver took a ride in one of the vehicles nearby, nearly 4 years ago. So it was 4 years ago that this test drive happened. Now his dream of being able to have a more mobile life is one step closer to becoming a reality. Earlier this month, the federal ruling redefined what can be classified as a driver. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration will now allow the artificial intelligence system responsible for piloting self-driving cars to at least be considered as a driver.
I think that's a very bad idea.
Heidi's like, I don't want to have some guy cut me off, and then when I get up there, realize there's nobody driving the car.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who would I shout at? According to a new study, fast food actually contains even more calories than we thought. So for those of you that are trying to lose weight, they're saying maybe steer clear.
You think?
It's even worse than we thought it was. Could the dictionary soon disappear from the bookshelves, Heidi?
Possibly.
It's been in print for over a century, but in the future, the Oxford English Dictionary may only be available online. Publisher Oxford University Press says that they have so much demand for their online version, and it's far outpaced the demand for the printed version. By the time the lexicographers, how do you say that?
I have no idea.
Lexicographers? I don't know. I'm not even going to pretend I got that right. Behind the dictionary, by the time they're finished revising and updating the last edition, which is a gargantuan task, they're just trying to put hard words in here, aren't they? It takes about another year.
Here's something I would like to say. When you get to these stories that you can't read, let's just skip those stories.
Hey, I don't know until I've
because it's really hard to understand what you're talking about.
Anyway, they're saying the dictionaries, by the time they get them all published or get them ready to publish and they're ready to print them, it's already time to start working on the next one. So they're saying now if they just go to a digital one, it's going to speed things up.
There you go.
Their website gets 2 million hits a month from people wanting to know how to spell things. Most of them, probably people looking up things that I said on the radio and have no clue what it means. All right, ready for strange law?
Yes.
In England, it's illegal to leave baggage unattended, and picking up somebody's unattended baggage is an act of terrorism.
I can see that. I think that's the case everywhere, isn't it?
I don't know. It's a strange law. That's in England. And this has been your Scoop of the Day.
This portion of the program is brought to you by RoughToughKennels.com. Dog kennels and accessories sent to your front door wherever you live. Your dog deserves it. Learn more at RoughToughKennels.com.
And it's time right now for my favorite feature, something we do every week just because we can. We pick up the phone and we call my father-in-law for a little segment we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
How you doing, Charlie?
Oh, no, that's not.
No, wrong season.
A little early there. I'm getting ready.
Pretty soon you'll be able to be a leprechaun, though, if you want to do that.
Oh, I'd drink green beer.
There you go. We're getting close to that. What kind of stuff are we going to learn about today, Charlie?
I don't know. Let's just start here with this thing. You know what, like ranch dressing and that, I hate that.
I like it.
You hate all dressing?
No, that ranch.
Just ranch? Okay.
Okay. In other countries, the ranch flavor is often called American flavor when used in snack food.
No kidding.
So they're a little smarter than we are because they must not like it either.
So they call it American flavoring.
American flavor, not ranch flavor, American flavor.
There you go. I'll have to order next time. I'll ask for American dressing, please.
Hey, did you know that, Adidas?
Adidas, yeah.
They sponsor a lot of football, basketball, track, all kinds of people.
Yeah.
They will cancel any sponsorship deal they have with a player if it turns out he has anything to do with Scientology.
Really?
I wonder why that is. I mean, I know they're weird, but I wonder why. I wonder what that has to do with selling shoes.
Apparently they don't like them people.
Apparently
not.
That'll teach you. Hey, then, did you know in Finland, mobile phone throwing is an official sport?
Mobile phone throwing?
Really?
I bet Heidi would be good at that sport.
That's an expensive sport.
I suppose, because they'd break, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they would.
Well, maybe Adidas will sponsor somebody in them. Throw your phone. Hey, then, you know the insult, your mother?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yo mama jokes?
That is found in nearly all cultures and is old as humanity itself, with examples in Shakespeare and the Bible.
So you...
Now, I'm going to read the Bible and see that your mother...
Your mama jokes in the Bible. I've been reading the Bible, I'm pretty sure.
Cain said to Abel, yo mama. No?
Didn't say jokes, you just called me your mama.
I'm going to have to look that up, Charlie.
Oh.
And you know it's true because I told you.
Yeah, well, Charlie said it. It's gospel.
I'm going to look through there tonight and see.
Yeah, good luck. If you find it, please tell us exactly where.
It's the first book of Charlie.
Yes. Verse 3. Hey, then every year an estimated 4.6 million trees are used to make phone books.
Wow.
Isn't that just such a waste now?
Yeah, let's quit doing that and just everybody use the internet to find stuff.
2/3 of them end up in the landfill.
Yeah.
That's too bad, man. That's terrible.
That is a waste of a tree.
That is absolutely a waste. They need to stop making those.
I think they should outlaw phone books. Okay, maybe you don't need to outlaw them. But...
Well, almost. Because you can Google it or whatever.
Right.
You do.
It's right at your fingertips all the time.
Hey, then I got one last thing for you here.
All right, what's that? I'm glad you know what you're saying. You've been drinking already, haven't you?
Well, a little Bloody Mary never. Do you know that people have died from pooping too hard?
No kidding.
Didn't Elvis die of that?
Well, he died on the toilet.
He died on the toilet. Cause a brain aneurysm or what?
I don't know.
If you're like straining too hard, does a vein pop?
One more thing that I have to worry about now when I'm... Thanks, Charlie.
Just when you think you're safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got a question for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
What is the largest body of fresh water in the world? It's a lake. What is the lake?
Is it in the United States?
It is.
Lake Michigan.
No, it's not Lake Michigan, but I can tell you that this lake is touching the state of Michigan.
Erie?
No, it's not Erie. That one's over on the other side. It's Lake Superior.
Really?
Yeah, Lake Superior is the largest body of fresh water in the world.
Well, let's do a little history lesson here then. Is there 3 of them? Superior, Erie, and Michigan? And then is there another one?
You mean the Great Lakes?
Yeah.
So we got Superior, we got Michigan, Lake Erie, and there's 2 more.
2 more?
Lake Ontario.
Okay.
And Lake Huron.
There you go.
Huh.
In case you didn't know, it's a long time since I've been in school.
Yeah, and I don't think you paid attention when you were there.
No, I did not. You can pass on a D just as well as an A.
Kids, don't take advice from Charlie.
Keep that in mind, kids. A D is just as good as an A.
Well, Charlie, it's always fun to chat. Thanks for being there. We'll talk to you next week.
I'll be here.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law there. We talk to him every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little program we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
This portion of the program is brought to you by CarsForSale.com. If you're in the market to buy a car, truck, or van, find thousands of vehicles to choose from at CarsForSale.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Honey is the only food that doesn't spoil. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Now you know that, if you didn't know that. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The Pantheon is the largest building from ancient Rome that survived intact.
I don't know what the Pantheon is.
It's
I'll have
that
to look
big
that up.
building in Rome.
Well, okay, it's a big building.
Jeez, it's like I don't tell you anything. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The smallest island with the country status is in Polynesia. It's Pitcairn.
Oh, cool.
It is 1.7 square miles. So that is the smallest island in the world with a country status. It's a country. It's in the Polynesia area, and it's Pitcairn, the country of Pitcairn. It's its own island, 1.7
How did they become
square
a country?
No, they just said, hey, we're a country. Hey, fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Did you know that in England, the Speaker of the House is not allowed to speak? How funny is that? Speaker of the House. It's kind of like our house. I'm the Speaker of our house, but I'm not allowed to say that. Yeah, right. Coming up, we got Silly Samson in the news.
This portion of the program is brought to you by StoneGroupArchitects.com. It's more than a building. It's design and function working together. Check out the project portfolio at StoneGroupArchitects.com.
According to some psychologists, Samson from the Bible might have had a mental disease. Did you know that?
No,
It's kind of crazy. Do you know who Samson is in the Bible?
I don't think so.
Well, I'll tell you who this is. Remember the story of Samson. He seemed like a pretty dysfunctional guy by today's standards. He killed 1,000 Philistines. That was one time. And then he went around gloating about it. His girlfriend Delilah tried to have him killed 3 times, yet Samson stuck around and continued to play Mr. Macho. Even as a kid, Samson was a terror, getting in fights all of the time and starting fires.
Jeez.
Why would Samson be like that? Well, according to a California psychologist, Samson may be the first case in recorded history of the antisocial personality disorder. The symptoms of the condition are set out in a 900-page manual from the American Psychiatric Association, which doctors use to diagnose mental illness. And they're saying, if you read that, and then you read in the Bible about the character in the Bible named Samson, you say, I think this guy has this. So there you go. According to some psychologists, they think Samson from the Bible might have had a mental disorder.
Huh.
So he killed 1,000 Philistines and then bragged about it. Hey, I killed 1,000 people. Most people, when they do something like that, they go to jail. You don't brag about that. It's a very interesting story. Gonna have to pull out my Bible and read about Samson now. Coming up here in a bit, gonna talk about the Hamburglar. He's on the loose stealing burgers from somewhere. We'll tell you all about it. It's on the way.
This portion of the program is brought to you by DirecTV, 1-800-259-7646. Also brought to you by RVWheelator.com. If you're buying an RV or selling an RV, check out RVWheelator.com and the Dollar Shave Club. Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. I think the Hamburglar's on the loose in Canada. Somebody stole a burger, a big burger. They stole a giant inflatable burger.
Oh, cool. I would like a giant
From
inflatable burger.
Burger King. Stole it off the roof. The Calgary Burger King franchise owner says the thieves went to a lot of trouble to steal the 6-foot-tall burger.
Well, I bet they did. I'm sure it was tacked on there
they
pretty
said,
good.
yeah, it was securely fastened to the roof. They would have had to have climbed onto the roof, deflate the giant burger, and then untie it before climbing down with the burger. The burger itself cost them over $2,600. So,
wow.
I don't know how many calories are in one of those. Probably none, considering it's filled with air. But somebody stole their giant burger. Now, what would you do with that? Because you can't just put it up somewhere. It's, people are going to know it's stolen.
Right.
So what's the point?
Well, I guess if it's like at a college place or something, nobody's going to care if you stole it. They'll
Plug
probably
it
think
in.
it's funny.
It's filled with air. You sleep on it like a giant airbed.
That would be awesome.
Want to join me? Take a nap in my Whopper bed? All right. I think the Hamburglar did it. Coming up, we're going to talk about how minding your manners can help you lose some weight. It's on the way.
This portion of the program is brought to you by GunUp.com. If you're a gun lover, you'll be in heaven at GunUp.com. Built by experienced military veterans, shooting sports competitors, and publishing professionals. They have awesome stories and articles that are read by millions of gun enthusiasts. Check it out at GunUp.com.
Thanks for listening on a Tuesday. Heidi, according to this, Dutch researchers recently found that big bites and fast chewing can lead to overeating.
Did they really need to do a study?
All they have to do is watch me.
Good Lord.
Do I take big bites?
Yes.
Do I eat fast?
Yes.
Yeah. So they say big bites and fast chewing can lead to overeating. In a study, people who chew large bites of food for 3 seconds consume 52% more food before feeling full than those who chewed small bites for 9 seconds. Really? The reason... tasting food for a longer period of time, no matter how much of it you bite off, signals your brain to make you feel fuller sooner, according to the scientists. This is from Men's Health, not the scientists. It was Dutch researchers that worked on that. So the reason I eat so fast is when I was very young, I got a job and I had a 15-minute break, and it took 5 minutes to cook something, so I only had 10 minutes to eat, so I didn't have a whole lot of time. So I learned how to eat fast.
Yeah, but the problem is, like this says, then you don't think you're full.
I know.
So you eat all your food, and then you eat half of Troy's food, and half of Taylor's food, and half of my food.
Well, you guys keep giving it to me, so you should quit doing that.
No,
I
we
blame
don't.
you.
In fact, we smack your hands and try to stab you with a fork, and it does not deter you.
Oh, that's only happened once. All right, coming up, we're going to talk about some wine that doesn't sound so fine. It's called Hitler wine? I don't know. We'll tell you all about that here in a bit.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. You can get razors sent to your door each month for just $1 plus a couple of bucks shipping. It's an amazing deal. Log on to dollarshaveclub.com/radio to learn more. That's dollarshaveclub.com/radio. Now, back to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
There's some products out there that make absolutely no sense to me. Then there's other products out there, the product makes sense, but the marketing makes no sense. In this case, the product sounds like it's probably a good product, but the marketing, I don't get it. Hitler wine from Vienna. Sale of wine and schnapps with Adolf Hitler, yeah, that guy, on the label are increasing all over Austria.
Really?
An Austrian website was selling bottles of wine with portraits of Hitler and the swastika. Why would people want that? The site offered sales of spirits in, quote, nostalgic bottles of former historical greats. Really? Greats?
Historical greats. That's awesome.
The man selling the wine and the schnapps was identified only as Roland M. Legal officials say he was motivated by profit, not ideology. The prosecutor's office said last Thursday that the man stopped sales when legal action had been started against him. When German Justice Minister Brigitte Zyfries recently called a line of Italian wines tasteless, she wasn't referring to the grapes. She was saying that it's this guy. And
yeah,
he
it's
had
in
some
bad
stuff.
taste to have those things on there. That's terrible.
So Italian wines that he's selling in Austria. Now, Adolf Hitler was from Austria, so I wonder if that's why he chose to put him on the bottle. It doesn't make any sense to me. That is not a name that is associated with things that are good.
No.
So why would you want wine? Would you like some Hitler wine?
Yeah,
no,
that's
thanks.
crazy.
I'm good. Thanks anyway. I'm not a fan of wine, period. You like wine. Would
I
you drink
love
it?
wine.
Would you try it?
I would probably drink it if it was given to
Are
me.
you kidding me?
It's not like Hitler is in it.
Would you-
It's just a picture on the bottle.
Heidi, you just lost so many points with me.
Why?
Because
If somebody gave it to me, I'd drink it. Why
I handed
waste
that
the
off to you
good
when I
wine?
said, "Would you drink it if somebody?"
Okay.
You should have said, "No, John. I would not have done that."
It was in poor taste, but I'm not going to waste wine.
We're married, but that doesn't mean I have to like whatever she says, and I dislike that. Coming up, we're going to talk about something good. It's 5 ways to protect your marriage. I'm glad we got that. That's on the way.
This portion of the program is brought to you by DirecTV. Call 1-800-259-7646. They have hundreds of channels to choose from, with many packages to fit your viewing desires. Learn more at 1-800-259-7646.
Thanks for listening on a Tuesday. We always try to wrap this program up with something positive. And today, I found this little ditty, 5 ways to protect your marriage. You think we need some help with this?
No.
You were just saying you had a hankering for some Hitler wine, didn't you? Or am I paraphrasing you now? No, she didn't really say that. According to Focus on the Family, here are 5 things you can do to make your marriage bulletproof, to protect it. Number 1, don't travel alone with members of the opposite sex. So ladies, don't travel alone with men. Men, don't travel alone with women. That sounds like a pretty simple thing.
I think that makes sense.
Number 2, don't eat alone with members of the opposite sex. So don't go
I
to
agree with
a lunch
that
meeting
as
or a dinner
well.
meeting with a lady or a man. If you're one of the, if you have a wife, just go dinner with her. Not
I
some
agree
other
with
lady.
that as well.
Number 3, don't hire members of the opposite sex using the excuse that you want to, quote, help them.
I agree with that as well.
I see. Number 4, don't confide in or counsel members of the opposite sex. So talk to people of your own sex only. Don't, be the shoulder to cry on for somebody that could, turn into some sort of relationship.
Right.
And number 5 on the 5 ways to protect your marriage. You ready for this one?
I'm ready.
If you're married and you feel your heart drifting toward a specific person, tell someone immediately and get help. They're saying if you're starting to have feelings for somebody, make sure you say something, not necessarily to that person, but say something to somebody so they can, talk some sense into you. And if you'd like more details, I'm going to throw the link of all of this stuff on our Facebook page, which is so easy to find, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. And I want to make sure that you put the word show at the end because there's a really nice couple, John and Heidi. I feel bad for them. They get so many clicks that were supposed to come to us. But I'll throw that on there. Again, Facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Time now for the bonus break. Only available here on the John and Heidi Show podcast.
And your bonus break is brought to you by the Knowles System, Knowles, Knowles System, just in case you're wondering how to spell it. They are the folks that help people with commercial mortgage bridge loans. Now, if you have funds earning less than 6%, you should maybe check into a commercial mortgage bridge loan that pays 6 to 8%, and it could be just what you need. The cool thing is you're placed in first position on loans secured by high-quality commercial real estate like hotels and apartments and office buildings. Your principal never fluctuates in value. You receive 6% per year paid monthly, and your principal is returned in full at the end of each cycle. You never pay commissions or management fees or asset charges, and you can make these loans inside or outside of an IRA. Call 888-547-8007. Start earning 6% now. Again, the number is 888-547-8007. Or go to commercialmortgagebridgeloans.com. That's commercialmortgagebridgeloans.com. You ready for our bonus break here, Heidi?
Yes.
Authorities in the Ukraine want to know who's trying to get the staff at the bank drunk. For 6 weeks now, a case of beer has been waiting for the bank when they arrive at work.
That's nice.
No note is attached. The tests have shown that the beer has not been tampered with. One theory is that somebody is planning a heist at the bank.
And want them all to be tipsy.
And they're hoping the beer will be consumed by the employees over the lunch hour, hopefully helping to make the robbery go more smoothly. But they still don't know, so they're going to have to set up a camera or something.
Huh.
So there's a beer ferry that's just delivering them beer.
That's nice.
That never happens at the radio station. I mean, it doesn't happen here. Hey, authorities didn't have to look too far for their third suspect in a robbery of a Buffalo cab driver. He came to them. Antonio Jones and two friends robbed the cabbie, but somehow Jones managed to elude the police. During a city court hearing for the two other suspects already in custody, an assistant DA was questioning the cabbie to confirm or to firmly establish the identities of the men who robbed him at gunpoint. At some point, the cab driver spotted a familiar face in the courtroom. Guess who was there?
Who's that?
Well, the two defendants, of course. And he said, and the third one, he's the guy sitting right back there. He showed up at their court case.
Oh, my gosh.
It was Antonio Jones, even wearing the same exact clothing that he had on the night of the robbery.
Wow.
He quickly went from a spectator to suspect number 3.
That is crazy.
Not smart. All right, you ready for the top 10 signs you're broke?
Yes.
All right, and then we're going to wrap things up with this. Top 10 signs you're broke. Number 1, McDonald's supplies all of your kitchen condiments. I've been there. Number 9, sign that you're broke. You give blood every day just for the OJ. Number 8, your baloney has no first name. Number 7, you finally clean your house hoping you can find some change. Number 6, you rob Peter and then you rob Paul too. Number 5, sign that you are dead broke. You look at your roommate and see a large fried chicken in his tennis shoes. So, you imagine that he's a giant fried chicken. Yeah. Okay. Number 4, long distance companies don't even ask you to switch. Number 3, sign that you might be broke. You're formulating a plan to rob the food bank. Number 2, you're not laughing at any of these? That was kind of funny.
Some of them are all right.
The number 2 sign that you are broke. Your idea of a 7-course meal is taking a deep breath outside of a restaurant.
That one is funny.
And the number 1 sign that you're broke. American Express calls and says, please leave home without it. There you go. A couple of fun things for you. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. Your bonus break brought to you by Knowles Systems. If you don't have a system, you need theirs. And if you have funds earning less than 6%, come on, people, check it out. Get a commercial mortgage bridge loan paying 6%. That's what those mortgage bridge loans pay, 6 to 8%. Get all the details at commercialmortgagebridgeloans.com.